Ok.
Ok? Quando ci sei, Vivi?
Ci sono.
Buonasera a tutti, siamo qui oggi 13 novembre 2016 alla piazza Jamal El-Fna insieme a Ismail Friwini, uno dei coordinatori del movimento di protesta degli insegnanti, iniziato ormai 7 mesi fa qui a Marrakech, ma non solo a Marrakech, anche a Casablanca, a Fez. Di che cosa si tratta questa protesta ce lo dirà meglio Ismail. Il governo l'anno scorso ha stanziato 16 miliardi nella spesa pubblica, in realtà aveva promesso di spendere 16 miliardi nella spesa pubblica e in particolare nell'assunzione di circa 10.000 insegnanti nelle scuole del Marocco del Nord, ma questa promessa non è stata mantenuta. Oggi appunto più di 10.000 insegnanti solo qui a Marrakech sono disoccupati e da 7 mesi si trovano in questa piazza per uno sciopero della fame che ormai dura da più di 96 ore. Allora volevamo chiedere oggi per Sermais i motivi di questa protesta e approfondire meglio insomma la questione. What's your name? Who are you, Ismail, in this place?
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank you for giving us this opportunity to talk about ourselves, who we are, what our demands, etc. Thanks for your initiative to film this. So we are qualified teachers. We are Moroccan qualified teachers. We received the training from a governmental program which is called Programme de Formation des Professeurs. So we received this training from the Moroccan schools, which are called DNS, and these schools are meant to train teachers for the sake of joining public or private schools as teachers. So we finished the training. The government promised that by the end of that training, it would automatically offer jobs for these qualified teachers, either both in the public or the private sector. We finished the training, but the government fails to keep its promise alive. So we are protesting here, and especially in the Jamal El-Fna Square, to make our voice a little bit heard, because this is the 7th month of our protest and no one hasn't even paid any attention to our protest. And this is the 7th month, I said, that no one, even the Minister of Education nor the government, even tried to open up any dialogue with these teachers who have gone for 7 months protesting. So, and the problem is that Moroccan public schools are in need of teachers. Moroccan public schools are in need of qualified teachers like ourselves, who are qualified according to the standards of the ministry. We've gone through different stages of becoming a qualified teachers. We've been shortlisted. We've been shortlisted before we take the written exam, then the oral exam, and then we've submitted a final, research paper to become a real qualified teacher. We have gone through all these stages to become teachers. So once we finish the training, that's our situation. As you can see just in this video, you might notice the situation of Moroccan teachers in general, not only these qualified teachers, but the situation of intellectuals, of teachers in Morocco. This is how they are dealt with.
Okay, thank you. And how many people are here?
Actually, in number we are 5,000, but some of them take to different places, not only Marrakech. We've gone through different places, not only Marrakech. We've been to Rabat, to Tangier, to Casablanca, and now we are here in Marrakech. Some of them are not here for certain healthy reasons, and that's acceptable. And some of them, as I have just mentioned, have gone to different places, to do the same, to go on hunger strike, and so on, to manifest using different ways.
What are the conditions that you ask to the government?
Well, so the government promised us from the very beginning that once we finish the training, it would hire us either into the public or the private sector. This is what it promised, because actually there was an assignment which was signed by the Ministry of Education, the government, and even the private sector, to train 10,000 teachers and then hire them or employ them in the private sector. This is what the assignment says. We finish the training, but the government breaks its promise. So we are asking the government, we are giving our government another chance to reconsider its promise, which is to hire these teachers into either the public or the private sector. And this is our main reason. And above all, recently the Ministry of Education has issued a decree which says that teachers will have to work with a 2-year contract, just 2 years. And we decline this, we refuse this, because the problem is that we are now jobless. We have no job. We have no jobs. So once we finish those 2 years working, teaching, we'll become once again jobless. So why this absurdity? Why this recycling from joblessness into joblessness once again?
So what is the general, the political climate in Morocco now? For example, you tell me about the fishermen
yes,
1 month ago.
Yeah.
If you want to describe the situation in general in Morocco.
Well, the situation in Morocco is not really that good. It's not really that good, given so many specificities. You know, the fisherman who has been, killed, or I don't know, in the north of Morocco, and teachers all over Morocco are protesting for their right to join the public or the private sector to have jobs, and even within so many schools, many parents, and even students are protesting for the overcrowdedness of the classrooms. So these conditions, these reasons, or these specificities might be of some help to us. Why? Because we need to join public or private school as teachers. There are reasons that might support and uphold our demands, which are the overcrowdedness and shortage of teachers. Mind you that there is at least 20 to 30,000 shortage of teachers in Moroccan public schools. This is what the ministry itself has claimed. Ministry of Education.
Well, what think about COP22 now in Marrakesh?
We're talking about the International Climate Change Conference. So many people, including the authorities, have been accusing us of, trying to vilify and spoil the image of Morocco because so many people are here. Actually, we are not trying to do so. Everybody knows about Morocco before we are trying even to describe what Morocco is. And we've been here before. We were here before even the international conference of climate change takes place. Which means if there is someone to accuse us of something like vandalism, trying to falsify the image of Morocco, we would just tell him, no, that's not our intention. We love our country. We are patriots. We love our country more than ever. We cannot even allow someone to spoil the image of our Moroccan state, even though it might take us whatsoever, even it might take us our lives.
Okay. Yeah. And now, how many organizations help you in this protest?
Actually, because this is the 7th month of our protest, before there were some national organizations which try to uphold and take the initiative of finding a solution. But after that, once the decree of contract was issued, they disappeared, they fade away completely. But recently, just because of being here in the Jamal Fna Square, because it's an intercultural space, so many foreigner organizations, like the one I have just mentioned, the German organization, which is different organization, makes difference. We are really grateful to this organization. It has been here frequently from time to time, and it promised that it would let the Moroccan authorities, Moroccan responsible, know about our plagues, our problems, our issues, so as to to take further steps to solve the problem before things even get exacerbated. Given that we are now in a very sensible place which is the Jamal Fna Square.
German, German. Only German or other countries?
Well, so far as I know, there is a German organization and a Chinese one.
Chinese?
Yeah, Chinese. And talking of other organizations which offered support, there are actually so many electronic newspaper foreigners, so many channels, including Chinese once again, and so many ones. But once again, I would like to highlight something which is our Moroccan media hasn't even, with the exception of Media, no one of these channels has even paid attention to what we are doing. They are just trying to falsify our image. They would just intervene and uncover our cause if there is something which falsifies the image of the teacher. This is its role. There are Moroccan channels, except Media, they are just to falsify the image of teachers. If sometimes teachers are caught, something like harassment or something like that, they would highlight it. It would the first thing that they would they would issue and they would even feature in their news. But covering our sit-down strike or hunger strike or something like that is something which is impossible. Impossible at all.
Yeah. How is the role of social media or local media in Marrakesh?
Yes, we really, thanks to social media, especially Facebook, that we try to share our videos, pictures, let everybody know about our situation, because people would like to check upon our situations, given that we are on hunger strike for 96 hours. So we've added so many people into a group on Facebook which we've created. It's in Arabic. It's المجلس الوطني للأطفال وعشرة القطاع. So thanks to this group, we try to share, to let everybody know about our updates, to check upon our situations, where we are, what are the further steps that we will take if the government fails, or if the government still uses the language of silence.
Yeah. Okay. It's this